So, Evan Fournier is being traded at the time of this recording, at least. There might be more information, but as of right now, it is believed that the Celtics are trading just 2 second-round picks for Evan Fournier. If you're wondering about salary reasons, I believe they're using the TPE, the trade package exception, on that deal. And with this, I really like it because Evan Fournier is a pretty good player. He's averaging almost 20 points a game on pretty good efficiency this year. He's somebody that I think would fit well next to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown because he's somebody that can shoot. He doesn't always need the ball in his hands to be effective. And as, of course, we've seen Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum become more on-ball oriented players, you're going to need players like Evan Fournier to surround them with. He's somebody that can provide shooting and scoring even when those guys have off nights, which will be very good. I'm still pretty skeptical of the Celtics' ability to make the playoffs this year, I'll be quite honest with you. But, I think Evan Fournier is a good addition. Didn't give up a lot. I know we used a trade exception, and you would want to use that on a better player, maybe. But it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it, because it's not like he's a bad player. He's a pretty decent player who's averaging, like, almost 23-4 on, 46, 38, 80 shooting splits. That's a fine player to have if Boston wants to get back into that playoff mix, because it hasn't been pretty for them. For Orlando, they just get 2 second-round picks, I guess more draft capital. I'm a bit shocked, though. I thought they could have gotten more for Evan Fournier, because he's not some scrub. I know he plays in Orlando, but he's been putting up pretty decent numbers, not only as far as, scoring, but, efficiency-wise, since he's gotten to Orlando. He had those first 2 years in Denver that weren't great, but since getting to Orlando, 16 points, almost, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 45, 38, 81 shooting splits, which is pretty good, I would say. So I thought they could have gotten more for him, because I definitely think he could contribute to contending basketball, and I still think he is. I just think that he hasn't been on a good team. Now for Boston, I think his scoring will go down to around 14, 15 points as he plays off of Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown. But it's a good pickup. I'm really I wouldn't say I'm excited, because it's not like, oh, we got a big deal. They're still in the talks for for Aaron Gordon. We'll see how that goes through. We'll see what we have to give up for him. That will be a big deciding factor on how I feel about that, if that even goes down. But giving up 2 second-round picks that Danny Ainge wasn't going to use anyway. We don't have that many second-round picks on the roster. It's Semi Ojeleye, I feel, is the only second-round pick that gets, play time on this roster. Danny Ainge just doesn't draft players that even will get minutes in the first round. But, definitely, there's been few and far between that. I even remember, having an impact, those second-round picks. So giving up 2 second-round picks are either giving those picks up because, we weren't going to use them, or they just weren't going to have an impact on the team. For a guy that can have an impact on the team, I think that's better. And for Orlando, they're just continuing to tear down that roster, rebuild, which I think is the right move, because, they just kind of been stuck in mediocrity. I might have mentioned that in the Nikola Vucevic video, but, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon's probably the next guy out. And then, like I mentioned, the other one, you guys like Cole Anthony, Marco Fultz, and Jonathan Isaac, who I think they kind of view as untouchable. They're good players, and they have, potential. But, those guys do have injury problems. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see what goes on in the draft, because they got rid of Vucevic, because they got rid of Fournier, and now they're likely going to get rid of Aaron Gordon, they really can draft whoever they want now. They don't have, positional restrictions anymore. So, stay tuned, and subscribe, do all those things, and more trades to come, I guess, maybe? I don't know.